The ongoing legal conflict between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni continues to unfold, with deeper layers emerging as the case moves closer to trial. What once appeared to be a standard Hollywood collaboration tied to It Ends With Us has now transformed into a prolonged legal and public relations battle that is reshaping both individuals' professional narratives. At the center of this dispute is the experience on the set of It Ends With Us, a film adaptation of the best-selling novel by Colleen Hoover. The movie itself carries a powerful message about relationships, emotional struggles, and personal boundaries, ironically mirroring some of the real-life tensions now associated with its production. As the film gained attention upon its release in 2024, so too did whispers of behind-the-scenes conflict, which eventually escalated into formal legal action. When Blake Lively initially filed her lawsuit, it included 13 separate claims, ranging from sexual harassment to defamation and conspiracy. These allegations suggested a deeply troubling work environment and painted a picture of ongoing discomfort during filming. According to the filings, Lively believed that certain actions and remarks made by Justin Baldoni crossed professional boundaries and contributed to a hostile atmosphere. However, the recent court ruling dramatically narrowed the scope of the case. The judge's decision to dismiss 10 of the 13 claims was based on the conclusion that the evidence presented did not meet the legal threshold required for those allegations to proceed. This is a crucial detail. Dismissal at this stage does not necessarily mean the events did not happen, but rather that they could not be sufficiently supported under the law as framed in the lawsuit. This distinction is important because it highlights the difference between legal standards and personal experiences. In high-profile cases, especially those involving allegations of misconduct, the burden of proof is significant. Courts require clear, consistent, and compelling evidence, something the judge determined was lacking in relation to the dismissed claims. For Justin Baldoni, this ruling marked a major turning point. His legal team responded with strong statements, emphasizing their confidence in the judicial process. They pointed out that the accusations were serious and had the potential to cause lasting damage to Baldoni's reputation. Therefore, the dismissal was seen not just as a legal victory, but also as a step toward restoring his public image. Public appearances following the ruling further reflected this shift. When approached by reporters, Baldoni appeared calm and composed, offering brief but confident responses. His demeanor suggested relief but also caution, an understanding that the case is still ongoing and that further scrutiny lies ahead. Meanwhile, Blake Lively has maintained a more reserved public stance. Her limited comments and controlled appearances indicate a strategic approach, likely guided by her legal team. In high-stakes litigation, especially involving public figures, every word and gesture can influence both the courtroom and public opinion. Lively's focus appears to remain on the claims that have survived dismissal and will be argued at trial. Among those remaining claims, the allegation of retaliation stands out as particularly significant. Retaliation cases often hinge on whether an individual faced negative consequences after raising concerns or objections. In this context, Lively's legal team is expected to argue that her experience on the set of It Ends With Us did not end with the alleged incidents themselves, but extended into how she was treated afterward. One specific moment that continues to draw attention is the claim that Justin Baldoni made a personal remark about Lively in front of the crew. While this may seem minor compared to broader allegations, such incidents can carry weight in establishing patterns of behavior or workplace dynamics. In legal terms, even a single comment can contribute to a larger narrative if it supports claims of retaliation or unprofessional conduct. The inclusion of breach of contract among the remaining claims adds another layer of complexity. This suggests that the dispute is not solely about personal interactions, but also about professional agreements and expectations. Contracts in the entertainment industry often include clauses related to conduct, responsibilities, and working conditions. If either party is found to have violated these terms, it could have financial and reputational consequences. The trial, scheduled to begin on May 18th in New York City, is expected to be highly detailed and closely watched. Legal experts anticipate that both sides will present extensive documentation, witness testimonies, and possibly behind-the-scenes communications from the production of It Ends With Us. These elements could provide deeper insight into what actually occurred during filming. In addition to the legal arguments, the case is also playing out in the court of opinion. Fans, industry professionals, and media outlets are all interpreting developments in real time. Social media discussions, in particular, have amplified the visibility of the case, with opinions often forming long before all the facts are known. The involvement of Colleen Hoover adds an emotional dimension to the situation. As the author of the original novel, she has a personal and creative connection to the project. Her public comments have focused on the film's message and the effort that went into bringing it to life. By emphasizing pride in the final product, Hoover appears to be attempting to separate the artistic achievement from the surrounding controversy. This separation, however, is not always easy for audiences. For many viewers, the knowledge of off-screen conflict can influence how they perceive on-screen performances. The themes of It Ends With Us, which include emotional vulnerability and complex relationships, now resonate differently in light of the legal battle between its lead figures. As the case moves forward, both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni face significant challenges. For Lively, the focus will be on strengthening the remaining claims and presenting a compelling narrative supported by evidence. For Baldoni, the goal will be to maintain the momentum gained from the dismissal and to counter the allegations that remain. The broader implications of this case extend beyond the individuals involved. It raises questions about how disputes are handled in the entertainment industry, the role of legal systems in addressing workplace concerns, and the impact of public scrutiny on private conflicts. Cases like this often serve as reference points for future situations, influencing both legal strategies and industry practices. Another key aspect to consider is timing. With the trial date approaching, both parties are under pressure to prepare thoroughly while also managing ongoing public attention. The possibility of a settlement, while still uncertain, cannot be entirely ruled out. In many legal disputes, negotiations continue behind the scenes even as trial preparations move forward. Ultimately, the story of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni is still being written. The dismissal of 10 claims has reshaped the narrative, but it has not brought closure. The upcoming trial will play a decisive role in determining how the remaining issues are resolved and how both individuals move forward. Until then, the case remains a powerful example of how quickly professional collaborations can evolve into complex legal battles. It underscores the importance of clear communication, strong legal frameworks, and careful consideration of both actions and allegations in high-pressure environments like film production. As audiences continue to follow developments, one thing remains clear. The intersection of art, personal experience, and legal accountability is rarely simple. And in this case, the final outcome will likely leave a lasting impact on everyone involved.